Hi guys, um, my name is Noel Kemmy, uh, and I'm an advocate for OCD, OCD of many themes, um, harming self, harming others, OCD, people think it's just keeping things in order and that type of thing. I'm here to talk about intrusive thoughts, which I've suffered from when I was very young. I used to have to pick up certain paper bags, or I would think my parents would die. These thoughts were very real for me. I went through my whole life with OCD. I went through the flicking the lights, making sure the oven's off, the immersion, constantly checking before I go out. I went through the whole pattern of footsteps and all that stuff, but then I got the real heavy stuff, which was intrusive thoughts of harming myself, harming others. At my worst, I had to be put into a psychiatric ward for a week or two, but that wasn't the end of it. The psychosis lasted maybe the OCD, harm OCD, were lasted at least 6 months before the antidepressants kicked back in. I've always tried to come off antidepressants, but any time I have, I've had a serious relapse. So I've decided now that that's what's the point. It's, this time I got back to a certain, just about standard of living, which is not great, but I'm the OCD, intrusive thoughts have stopped to an extent, and that itself is a miracle. Thank God, because it's a living hell. It really is living hell. I've studied like level 7, level 6, social psychology and stuff like that. Um, a lot of stuff around addiction and OCD itself. I've read every book there is probably out there around OCD. Um, so behavioral therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy seems to be the way to go. Um, over the years, my OCD, I used to go, jogging used to be a real game changer for me. But when I used to come to the motorway, I used to jog across a bridge, and I would make sure I jogged across that bridge as quick as I could because my OCD was telling me to be telling me to jump over into the traffic, you know, and same old story with the trains as well. I used to get trains, and if I was getting a train or as they would say in America, subway, I would obviously get voices in the head to jump out in front of the train and stuff like that. Suicidal OCD. Um, yeah, I've had it all. Um, I've had to change in knives and stuff like that, the plastic, because get the OCD thoughts of harming myself. I was also in the military, loved it, was well for a long time, and then the OCD crept up again, so I had to leave on medical discharge because, well, if someone's having thoughts of harming themselves and others, they're not going to leave you with uh, automatic machine gun. Um, I wish I got the therapy that time and overcame it and had a career, the career that I really wanted in the military, but that didn't happen. Um, went on then to study Trinity College in Dublin, and I got a lot with that around OCD. And look, this is my first video. I know there's OCD International, some guy called Ethan to speak, and others Chrissy Hodges I do listen to, but this is my first video around OCD, and yeah, it can manifest in many ways, and I'm going to be doing short videos for a while on YouTube around the themes of OCD and how they can manifest, you know, simply by watching a movie. And it's actually a movie in your head, the OCD, that's what it does feel like, you know. I'm also going to talk about some of my coping mechanisms, you know, which are exercises number one anyway. CBT, you know, brilliant. Meditation, brilliant. That's where I'm just about to go now, to have a meditation session. And yeah, I know it's Christmas time, so happy Christmas to everyone. Don't get too obsessed now about the whole Christmas thing. It's gotta end. You gotta get back to normality, if there is such a thing as normality, you know. Yeah, but go easy. It's my first video, but yeah, I've got a lot of knowledge to share to people. Really have a lot of knowledge to share to people, to help people, you know. From a very young age I've had OCD, pure OCD, all the themes, all the patterns. It's just a bully, guys. It's a bully. It's just a bully. The amygdala in your brain is just needs to be rewired, you know. And it sounds like that's so easy, but it's not. It's really tough. I'm just looking at the time here. I'm going to try and make these videos 10 minutes. Yeah, the amygdala fires off, and then we're left then with the adrenaline and the fear, and there's actually nothing going on, but you know, we think there is a danger, you know, that we might behave or act in such a way, you know. But if you were to think that out, and what really works for me sometimes, I suppose, I'll end this video, is to play the tape forward, which is imagine actually going through with what you are obsessing about, the intrusive thoughts, and how long it would take, you know, the emotions you would feel, all that type of thing, you know. And then you realize that it's ridiculous, like what you're thinking about is just, you know, it's just not you. And anything that's intrusive thoughts that really bother you are against your moral values. People who suffer with OCD are usually lovely, kind, gentle, warm, caring people. That's how the bully gets in there, because he knows, you know. So I'm here to reach out on YouTube with everybody else who suffers with OCD or who's in recovery from OCD, and dual diagnosis even, and you know, lend a hand and create awareness, and hopefully anyone else that's suffering, maybe this video can help them, you know. Anyways, Merry Christmas from Noel Nipper, Kenny. God bless.